Hello everyone. In this video we will study Physics Class 9 Chapter 1 Motion by Tanu Singhal. Let's see what topics we will cover. What is motion with examples? Next we will study what is the difference between distance traveled and displacement. Next what is scalar and vector quantity. Next types of motion, and lastly we will study what types of motion with examples. Let's move to our first topic. What is motion and its examples. In general, movement of body is called motion. Means if any body is moving, means it is in motion. But in physics language, a body is said to be in motion when its position changes continuously with respect to a stationary object. Stationary object here means any stable object which is not moving. So that type of body is known as a moving body. Means motion is there. For example, if you start moving from position A to position B, keeping the table and bed stationary in your room, it means that you are moving. Means if you keep the table and bed stationary and you move from this position to next position, means your position gets changed, which means that you are moving. There is motion. So it is motion with examples. In general, it is known as movement of a body. Hope you all understand. Let's move to our next slide, which is what is the difference between distance traveled and displacement. Distance traveled is the actual length of the path, means the actual length which we travel, while displacement is the straight line path between initial and final position of the way, means for starting position and the final positions के बीच में the difference is known as displacement. Distance traveled has only magnitude, means it has only value, while displacement has both magnitude as well as direction. Distance traveled is a scalar quantity while displacement is a vector quantity. We will study what is scalar and vector quantity in next slide. Distance traveled can be zero, cannot be zero, while displacement can be zero. So it is the difference between distance traveled and displacement. Now we will study about scalar and vector quantity. Scalar quantity is any physical quantity having only magnitude, which have only magnitude. Magnitude means size or value is known as scalar quantity. While vector quantity is a quantity having both direction with magnitude is called vector quantity, means direction plus magnitude. In scalar quantity there is no direction, while vector quantity has direction as well as magnitude. For example, if a car travels at a distance of 50 km, so there is no direction is given, so it is a distance, not displacement. While if we say that if a car travels a distance of 50 km in east, so it is with direction, so it is there is displacement. So distance traveled is scalar quantity while displacement is a vector quantity. Hope you understand. Let's move to our next slide, which is about types of motion. There are two types of motion, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion is a motion in which a body travels equal distances in equal interval of time. Interval of time means equal gaps of time. So then the body is said to be in uniform motion. While in non-uniform motion, it is said to be if a body travels unequal distances in equal interval of time, then the body is said to be in non-uniform motion. So these are the two types of motion. Let's move to our next slide, in which we will study the types of motions with examples. So the first example is a car running at constant speed of 10 meter per second is said to cover equal distances in every second. Then the car is in uniform motion, means the car is covering the distance of 10 meter in every 1 second. So it is uniform motion. If we drop a ball from the roof of a tall building, it covers unequal distances in equal interval of time, means it covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. So it is non-uniform motion. Hope you all understand easily. And finally, thank you. Be safe, be happy.